There truly is no place like New Orleans. I mean, where else are you going to get real alligator heads? Certainly not Portland. I mean, sales tax? Well, we are in Portland International Airport, like an hour before our flight, getting ready to go to New Orleans. Starting to come here so often, I'm surprised my phone isn't automatically connecting to the Wi-Fi here. Alright, well, we're on Southwest Airlines, which means that I don't get assigned seats, so I'm going to be fighting my way for a window seat. Hopefully not literally fighting.
It placed the best once outside and only outside by putting down sharply on the ready.
So we passed through that corridor over there first, as if we're like going through customs or something. Well, I mean, this is Texas. It thinks it is a foreign country. You can tell we're in Texas. Look, 39%. Come on, church phone, charge. Well, I mean, it's only like an hour and a half flight to New Orleans. But these candies are pretty good, but I hope that we realize that Pennsylvania and Dutch are actually German. Bye, Texas. See you again in 27 years. Note to self, get a suitcase that is not black, because if you do, you might lose it. As soon as we left the airport, I immediately felt the heat and the humidity. My hand almost felt like it was burning for a second. But you know, I figured that, you know, if I can handle this, I can handle Dubai, which is the place I really want to go. They have an entire area in the airport for app-based services. So we were accidentally delivered to the wrong hotel, Marriott Inn by the convention center. It turns out there are a lot of them around here. Look, this hotel has escalators. So this is what New Orleans looks like in daylight. There's pools. That one was green, that one was blue last night. I'll see if I can show you a picture of it. And over there's the Mississippi River. I don't think I've seen the Mississippi River since probably I was 8. Alright, so I just looked in my wallet, and apparently, yeah, I still have a lot of business cards from VidCon in here. I thought I took them all out. Well, right in the French Quarter, right behind my hotel, part of New Orleans that really makes you wonder, should I have brought my passport here? Before you realize, oh yeah, I did, because that's the only form of identification I have. So strange, yet oddly familiar. I mean, yeah, look right here. Kind of feels like I'm back in Washington, D.C. Okay, never been to New Orleans before, so obviously I don't know where anything is. But I assure you, I'm not walking around in circles. That's not how street blocks are shaped. I'm walking around in rectangles. Well, I made my way to the riverfront, and apparently there's the ferry over there to Algiers, over there on the other side of the river. Oh look, it's a Holocaust memorial. Sitting in the shade, I strongly recommend it. It actually works. I say that because of the humidity. Okay, I'm kind of confused by these parking jobs. Is this a one-way street or a two-way street? And if it's a one-way street, which way does it go?
Alright, change of shirt, lighter shirt, and then I go back outside. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the heat causing this, I think. So check this out, there are no elevator buttons on the inside. Just press the 41 button, and then got a sight to an elevator.
So I'm at the shops at KhAnubis. It's basically a small 3-floor mall at the bottom of a skyscraper on Canal Street. This would be such a cool place to film. Why can't we have a place like this in Portland? Okay, waterfront park, we have that, but still. It's a lot cooler out. Probably something to do with all these rain clouds that just suddenly appeared as soon as I left the mall. Well, now it's raining. Good thing I live in Portland. So I bought some East Asian food at the mall along with some water for $10. Because that's all I could really find immediately. So it'll be worth it. Okay, they got lucky. I'm not even finished with it and I'm already satisfied. And it actually tasted pretty good. A lot of people suddenly turning up to register. Wow. Alright, well, found Lafayette Square via the streetcar. Actually, pretty good service. So, it turns out I left my headphones at the hotel. Oh well, good thing I bought myself a day pass, not a one-way trip pass. Because that's what I thought the only option was. Turns out there's an option to have a whole day pass for the cost of like 2 1/4 trip passes for more than 2 1/4 trips probably. So that's good. Seriously, am I back in DC right now? It doesn't even feel like I'm in the South. Well, not this weather at least. It's kind of cooled off. Federal City. That's what DC was originally going to be called. Yes, I did just go back to my hotel to get headphones, because I'm 16. I cannot survive without those things. Where do these tracks go? It's cool. Other people are doing it. Palm trees. Oh wow, this just came out of nowhere. Well, I basically did one huge loop around the park. Most of it at least. Didn't get to see Lake Pontchartrain. Oh well, I'm gonna be here for a couple more days. Yes, there's a streetcar. Let's hope I can make it. I just gotta ask about the gold water faucets. Pregnancy warning in the men's room. I'm in New Orleans because this is my first time eating jambalaya. Not bad. Well, I'm out and about again. Going to find a place to film a video. So I haven't even decided what I'm going to do yet. Honestly, it kind of seems like everything you see and hear about New Orleans and pop culture is true. Well, for the most part. Just add a few skyscrapers in there. just got off the streetcar at French Quarter Station to clearly a less downtown part of New Orleans. There's the US Mint. Notice a bit of a resemblance. Thought just struck me. Here in the United States, we like to often divide certain states up between East Coast and West Coast. Oregon, West Coast, Maryland, East Coast, California, West Coast, Pennsylvania, East Coast, even though it's actually landlocked. However, the states that touch the Gulf of Mexico, like this one, why don't we call them South Coast? So this is what New Orleans Union Station looks like from the streetcar station, which is, unlike in Portland, conveniently right next to the station, very visible. Alright, back to the hotel real quick to meet up with my mom and put away a couple cool things from the streetcar, like this brochure and my pass, because it's expired. Alright, so we're in New Orleans, so of course I had to get beads. Okay, are we in France? Because 2 streetcar stations ago there was a Toulouse street station. Since 1803. For my European audience, that's actually pretty old for America. Okay, stop showing off Europe. We know this is new for you. This restaurant was established in 1803, which means that it had already been in business for around 6 years by the time Abraham Lincoln was born. Vasco Sriracha. You basically established a monopoly in the spicy business at that point. The spicy business, I don't even know what that is. Okay, clearly I have to come back to this area during the day. So this is what it all looks like from the pool. And hopefully though, this camera interesting thing is, even though I'm on the 5th floor, I'm probably actually on the same height as most bodies of water in Oregon. Well, actually, probably higher, realistically, but still. Alright, so it's my final full day in New Orleans. And I just realized that if you're in a hotel and you're packing up to, go around the city, then really all you need to remember, per se, is your room key. Because if you forget anything else but you remember your room key, you can still pop into the room and get it. If you forget your room key and you're alone, ooh. Well, the gates are open. There's a branch that extends in the sidewalk, and that guy's walking his dog on a wheelchair. New Orleans, I guess. Can Harriet Tubman go on both sides of these? Okay, now this is how you build a good square. My fellow Minecraft city builders, take notes.
I'm just here trying to call my own friend.
Not just Portland where these things happen. The interesting thing is, I'm in the actual area that some parts of Disneyland are trying so hard to recreate. And technically I'm still in America. I say technically because New Orleans is very much a city that can't really decide what era it's in or even what country it's in. Kind of like it for that, actually. 2016 America is getting a little bit, Metro Park. I like how most of the coins in this fountain at Latrobe Park are pennies, because pennies are useless because of this thing called inflation. New Orleans can't really decide what era it's in, but it can decide that it doesn't need pennies. What to do when you need a break from the rain.
Louisiana, on January the 8th, 1860. KhAnubis, back with Gunnar.
Two streetcars at once. That moment when the streetcar gets held up. Some random obelisk. Probably gonna get hit by a car vlogging or Snapchatting one day. Alright, so if you're a Muslim looking to visit New Orleans, clearly don't despair. Even though alcohol culture in New Orleans is pretty big. It's actually different kind of alcohol culture than you see in Portland. It's not the artisanal kind, it's, So I was just crossing the street when some guy reached out and touched my hat. Could have been a lot worse than some guy's hat. Alright, well I found myself again at Lafayette Square. Here's a map, let's go someplace. Museum Arts District. I have the chance to catch 3 streetcars. Robert A. Lee, seriously. Interesting place, and definitely places all around, but looking a bit too much like the rest of America. I mean, gas station, highway, statue of someone racist. Maybe I'll go back. Wow, there actually are brick roads around here. Huh. Who would have guessed there have been stone brick roads in New Orleans? Oh, yeah. Lee Circle does actually have interesting streetcar track patterns. It goes essentially westbound or southbound tracks go part of the way around the circle before Okay, here, let me show you what I mean by that. Alright, so going westbound on these streets, it goes around this circle halfway, continues on, then coming back it goes around 3/4 around the circle, and then goes on this road. I heard that hotel is a big S. Apparently in New Orleans, a random stopping point in the middle of some tracks can count as a station. In a pinch. One streetcar trip later, much better. Note to self, when traveling throughout the French Quarter, stay on Detour Street. Actually has a lot of cool places to see. Ooh, that looks a little elevator music. Ah, here's Pops. Hello. Hi, Gravity. Alright, so... about to meet up with my mom on the 40th floor of the other tower of my hotel, which is why I'm walking through the lobby. So it's going to be just somewhere, just meeting up on the 40th floor in a different room. So I'm going to check out some of the views. The moment where you can jump higher in an elevator is because of literally less gravity. That's what's going on. Alright, 4022. Ooh, presidential suite 4022. Alright. Oh. Alright, so roughly behind that building is where I was. Look at this. This is a big room. Presidential suite. Wow. This is huge. And those double doors, I did not come through those doors. Colored lights really make cities look good at night. In Minecraft, when are we getting colored lights? Bucket drummers on the streets. This truly is a copy of DC. Alright, well, this is the last day of my New Orleans trip. I'm going to be heading on a flight back to Portland in a couple hours. That's the second time this trip I've been stuck on the riverfront because of a train. Okay. Hello, vloggers! Hey! Air conditioning is nice, especially when you're wearing this cotton long sleeve Starfleet shirt. Oh, the acoustics are waiting here. Wouldn't recommend if you're going around New Orleans all day. Good thing I'm not today. Sad face. So we're just checked out of the hotel. I decided that, you know, it's a hot day as usual. So I've decided to change from my Star Trek blue shirt to my blue Star Trek shirt. Many faces of Mr. Spock. You know, I'm already checked out of the hotel. My mom's at an event. Yeah, I'm still just sitting around on the second level of the hotel. I'm basically Bernie Sanders, aren't I? Nah, I don't think I could make it. Well, last half hour or so in New Orleans. You know, New Orleans is actually a really cool city. Honestly, if someone offers to take you to New Orleans, say yes. What is it you want? Who said you? You know, honestly, if I were to guess where I were right now, I wouldn't really guess the American South. I'd probably guess either the Caribbean or like French West Africa. The entrance almost looks a little bit like Portland Airport. It's kind of weird. It's glass. Alright, so I got randomly TSA pre-checked second time in a row coming back home. I don't even know what's causing it. Got window seat yet again.
Especially if these on tightrope crossing.
this is what it would look like if Donald Trump landed on the moon. Well, just landed in our layover in Las Vegas, and just waiting for our final flight back to Portland. Come on, Vegas, you realize there's more to do in your city than, you know, gambling, right? You know, when you think about it, Las Vegas is basically what would happen if Donald Trump went to the moon. Las Vegas airport jetways clearly spare you none of the Las Vegas heat. Alright, so note to anyone who's flying, which is to say probably most of you, make sure that once you land, you remember everything that you took with you. I know for sure I lost a water bottle.
Well, I mean, that's not usually the worst thing that people lose in Vegas.
Always remember everything. Bring a checklist if you have to. Goodbye, lost wages. Stuck in familiar carpet. We don't say Portland soil, Portland carpet. At least when you're coming to the airport. Alright, so that plane of ours is going to either Kansas City or Boston Logan, depending on how you read the sign. Alright, so the arrivals right below us is crowded, so we decided to cheat a little bit, and now we're waiting for our ride in the departures area.
Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video, especially if you made it this far, almost 30 minutes of it. That's, wow, thank you. So that is basically it for all my travels this year, well, until this summer at least, until like October. So it's going to be back to normal schedule until then. So going to be regular videos every Sunday and Wednesday unless something happens to me, like I get sick. No, like I'm not gonna. No, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and share it, as well as all my other videos, and subscribe for videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And speaking of which, see you tomorrow, I guess, for Positive News, a special edition because it's the Republican National Convention week. And of course, as always, stay positive.